This is below in intervals of minutes. It's a geyser in Yellowstone National Park, and it's a major tourist attraction. Okay. Now, this is the minutes between eruptions. So roughly every 90 to 100 minutes, it goes off. Okay. Calculate the mean of the data. No bother. We're going to add them all up together using the calculator. Okay. So you're going to write down 98 plus 92 plus 95 plus 87 plus 96 plus 90. Just a concentration test, really. Plus 65 plus 92 plus 95 plus 93 plus 98 and plus 94. Lads, did anybody get 1011? And you get 1011 and you divide by how many? 12. Okay. Is it definitely 12? Okay. All right, gents. Now look at this, please. Okay. 1011 divided by 12. 84.25. How many get 84.25? Okay. For a second. Lads, people are disagreeing with me, which is fair enough. Let's give it a go. 98 plus 92 plus 95 plus 87, 96, 90, 65, 92. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 1095, you're right. Sorry, guys. 1095 divided by 12. You see where the mistake comes in. You just obviously might leave one out by mistake. And long behold, the answer is 91.25. My fault. Now, lads, the median. The median has to be done like this, lads. You have to arrange them in order of size. If you want, you could do this. Pick the small. So, would you agree? What's the average of 12? What's the middle of 12? 6 and 7. The average of 6 and 7. Now, lads, I'm just going to rank them in order of size. Who's the smallest? Second smallest. Third smallest. Fourth smallest. Fifth smallest. Where's 94? Now, there, we have enough now. Shh. Lads, we have everything we need. We have 6th and 7th position right here. It's 94 and 95. You're going to have to get the average of 94 and 95. And what you get when you average them? Lads, I'm saying you average 94 and 95. What you get? 94.5. Is that all right? Now, C. No needs. Doesn't say it. Okay. Which measure or center do you think is better to use to promote the attraction? I honestly think that the mean is a bit low. Can anybody tell me why the mean is a bit low? Would everybody agree that 65 is dragging it down further than it should? 65 was just a pure anomaly, wasn't it? So instead of 65, lads, I reckon we should use the median. The median isn't affected by outliers. Is that okay? The mean gets more affected by the low score than the median. So I'd go with the median. And that's my explanation why. Not affected by low score. Yes. What? Oh, sorry. For D, the median is less affected. Sorry. Median is less affected by low score. Lads, for C, however, the promoter might want to promote the lower time so that the audience isn't waiting as long. So they could do that, but the more accurate one would be the median. But that's fair enough, Miles. Okay. Ready? Now look at this, guys, okay? Use mid-interval values. What's an interval? Can anybody tell me? What is an interval? An interval is like a time. So 10 to 20 seconds is an interval. somewhere between 10 and 20 seconds. Okay, now we'll have intervals up here 140 to 145. That means anywhere between 140 and 145 in height. Is that okay? So that's where you're at with that. Okay. So what we're going to do next is you got to get the middle of it. So to get the middle, you add them both together and divide by 2. And when you add them both together and divide by 2, you're going to get 142.5. What we're claiming is that all line people average 142.5. It's an estimate. It's not completely accurate. For all I know, all line people could start 140. I don't know how much all 9 individuals start. So we're just deciding on the best average we can. Is that right? What's the average of the next one? 147.5. Add the two numbers together and divide by 2. I'll show you now. Add 145, add it to 150, and then get your answer and divide by 2. And you get 147.5. You notice that's just going to keep going up in fives anyway, isn't it? 152.5, 157.5, 162.5. Next one. And then last one. Oh, sorry, that's 172. And that's 177.5. Now, this is awkward. Do you see the amount of stuff I had to enter there? That's grim. So here's what I'm going to have to write out. I'm best to sort of write this out a little bit. Okay, so here's what I'm actually going to have to write out. There's a lot of writing involved in this. It's going to be 9 multiplied by 142.5. What else? Plus 65 multiplied by 147.5. We're claiming 9 people had an average of 142.5. 66 people, 65 people had an average of 147.5. Sorry? Yeah, 177 times 152.5. Right? Now, lads, next one is 325 multiplied by 157.5. Now, lads, I'm getting that from, if you're looking here, Eric, I'm getting it from this part here. See the 157? That's what I'm doing. But, lads, you're going to have to start entering this into your calculator in a second for me, and we're going to see if you all agree. So start entering what I have on the bottom into your calculator. Okay. It's going to take you a while to enter it, so you all have to do it. I'm going to be going around having a look. Give me a minute. All right, guys. All right, guys. It's 159,030 when you multiply and add that all together. Now, lads, one thing next. You listening? Lads, the next thing we're going to do is we have to find the mean, so we have to add up all the women they interviewed. So, how much women did they actually interview? So, will you add all these together now? 9 plus 65, 177, 325, 253. What? 133, thank you. 31 and 7. Okay, lads, there's 1,000 women they interviewed. Might have even said that in the question. They actually said it in the question. Lads, they interviewed 1,000 women, and what roughly halfway would be somewhere here, wouldn't it, anyway? So, lads, the average height of a woman is 159.03 centimeters. That sounds about right, doesn't it? Okay, lads, next part. All right. Lads, That's the answer for that. That's your mean. Okay. Now we're gonna do a histogram next. Okay. Okay. Just gotta add them up. Sorry, no other way around it. Okay. Now guys, look at this one. Gotta draw a histogram. Okay. Now the histogram would be something like this, guys. So you have to draw a histogram. So a histogram is used for continuous data. What do we mean by continuous data? It's measured. Data you measure. So histogram looks a bit more like this, lads. You ready? So what you're gonna do is you go on equal intervals, okay? And you go like whatever. What are we going? 140 to 145. So that's 140. It's 145. It's 150. 155, is it? 160. You need to take this down, lads. I know some of you haven't got this done. You didn't do your diagram. 170. 175. 180. Now, lads, I have to go as high as 325, apparently. That's a bit on the, that's a tall ask, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll go up in 30s if I can. Actually, I'll go up in 50s. 50s would be better, wouldn't it? So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. No, just no questions for a minute. I need to concentrate. 350. Now, lads, gotta draw a few rectangles that are connected together. So look at this. The first one is 9, which is really short, okay? So 9 is just going to be very short. Something like that. 65 is above the 50 mark, slightly above the 50 mark. That's roughly 65. 177 would be roughly halfway between 150 and 200. Okay? 160 would be, sorry, that's 325 for the next one. Okay? Now, 253 would be around the 250 mark. 133 would be around just between halfway between 100 and 150, somewhere around there. Okay. 31 would be just below the 50 mark, above halfway. And 7 would be pretty small. Now, I've actually lost marks here. Can anybody tell me where I might have lost marks? Believe it or not, it's because the width isn't the same. Does everybody agree that this one is wider than this one? Where possible, try and keep the width exactly there. Same. I would have lost a mark or two for that just because I did it really fast. You got to keep the width the same. So 3 boxes, 4 boxes, whatever boxes you're using, keep it the same width. Is that okay? Grants. Anybody get that diagram last night? The mode is the top of the mountain. Whichever interval's on top is the mode. What is the modal class for this question? What's the most common answer? Yeah, would everybody agree that 155 to 160 is the most common height? Okay, next thing we're going to look into. Which interval would you find the median heights? Well, we have 1,000 women, don't we? And what happens when you divide 1,000 women by 2? Huh? 500. And remember, it's an even number, so who's in the middle? 500 and 50. 1 are in the middle. What is the location of the two of them? Let's find out. You looking, lads? Shh. Lads, I want each and every one of you is looking at the board right now because this is the hard part. Right, look at this, all right? The first 9 women are between 140 and 145. The next 65 women are in between 145 and 150. You agree with that? And then the next 177 women are in between 150 and 155. The first 250 women are pretty much all below 155 centimeters. Agree with that? Lads, ever agree with me? Now, when I add on 325, when I add on 325, I bypass the 500 mark, don't I? because I bypassed the 500 mark, that means I crossed out 500 and 501. That means 500 and 501 are clearly inside the 155 to 160 group. They're in there somewhere. Okay. Anybody get that last night? So it is difficult. I'd arguably say they're too difficult. An easier question if it was to be. Yeah. Lads,